Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are here at Pensacola for the 10th race in the 2019 NRSL Mountain Dew for the Win Cup Series. The halfway point of the regular season will be 10 races in, 10 races to go after today. And honestly, somewhat what I expected, but not the drivers I expected it to be. Obviously, Jonathan Zorlin, I expected to have a win by now. And Johnny Gardner to have a win by now. Did I expect Nico Tringali to have 2 wins? No, I did not. Austin Alves with a win? Yeah, I expected that. But to have a rookie go back to back this early, I did not expect to see that again here in 2019. It was such a surprise last year, even when Cole Deaver did it. But for Ryan Brommer to do it, it's amazing. But Sorlin with 3 wins, Gardner with 1, and then our 2 other Final Four drivers, Seth Cole and Cole Deaver, have gone winless so far. 9 races into the season, Deaver has gotten better. He's 16th in points with a high of 12th, and Seth Cole sits 27th in points. But those drivers need to start running better, and they need to get wins if they want to even have a shot at repeating the Final Four here in 2019. Let's get to your starting lineup. Phil Parker on the pole. Next to him, Charles Sanford. In row 2 is Jessica Shelton and Austin Alves. Row 3, Jay Jefferson and Dylan Young. Row 4, James Shelley and Sam Oskin. And in row 5 is Patrick Sick and Levi McIntyre. So we'll get to the point standings when we get the command, but real quick, just want to mention, I just realized this, Team Penske, no wins at all from any of their cars ever, but the championship in 2017.
Drivers, start your engines!
And I just want to go a little more in depth than that. The 2 of Dylan Young, he's never won a race. He came close at Richmond. The 12 of Peter Sands has never won a race. The 22 has been driven by Oskin, was driven by Oskin last year, and now this year. The dude who drove it in 2017, Caleb Hoffman, won the championship, but he didn't win a race. So Team Penske, under bizarre circumstances, has never won a race, but they've won a championship. So it's kind of one of those weird things that's happened. But anyway, let's get to your point standings. As you all know, it's the top 12 in points or a winner. Top 30 in points makes it into the 12-car playoff. Right now, Jonathan Zorlin still leads your points, 91 points over Zachary Fitzwater Sr. Third in points, Austin Alves. Fourth, Alex Gray. Fifth, Jessica Shelton. Sixth, our highest rookie, Sebastian Kukulon. Seventh, his teammate, Marty Johnson, also a rookie. Eighth is Nico Tringali. Ninth, Ryan Brommer, who's gone from like 34th in points to 9th in 2 races, which proves if you win, you can just catapult your way up the standings. This early in the season, Patrick Sick 10th, TJ Hanley 11th, and Zach Flickinger is 12th. However, Zach Flickinger is the first man out since Johnny Gardner sits 14th in points with his win. So let's go over the first 8 or so drivers out. Zach Flickinger 12th in points, Kev Shearer 13th in points, Charles Jackson 15th in points, Cole Deaver 16th, John Arndt 17th, Mark Riggleman 18th, James Qualls 19th, and Rob Evans sits in 20th. So here we go. We're getting ready for 60 laps of green flag racing. Hopefully my game doesn't crash this time. This is my second attempt. Phil Parker has not won since the 2017 Daytona 500. Could he finally get back to victory lane today? Green flag is out. We are racing. I made it halfway. My first time recording this. Hopefully I can make it all the way. Jessica Shelton, one of the strongest sophomore drivers this year, yet to win that first career race. Could she get it done today? She is known for her talent at superspeedways. Jay Jefferson to the inside of the O2 for second place. This track is known to give us great finishes. Our past winners include James Qualls and Seth Cole. This is the first year Pensacola hosts 2 races. In fact, it's the only track hosting 2 races this season since it is a 25 race schedule. James Shelley makes it 4 wide after Charles Sanford made it 3 wide. And Shelley looking for his first win since he got 2 wins in 2017, those at Indianapolis and Homestead. Back then driving for Richard Childress Racing before he got signed on to Chip Ganassi. Seth Cole keeping him in the car for 2019. Those two having a great friendship on and off the track. And Rob Evans, along with Marty Johnson, 2 rookies, they storm to the front. I tell you, I was not expecting 2 of the 3 Dodge rookies to be so strong. You know, this is a series where you would think a lot of veterans would come into play. But, I mean, then again, after losing Andrew Rich and Deanna Jones, Jones to retirement, Rich to an injury, I mean, that was 13 of the 37 race wins last season. And that opens up a lot of opportunities. But those drivers know that their chances to get those wins and experiences this year, because Andrew Rich will come back in 2020, and with rumors of a long schedule, Andrew might come out and look for double-digit wins. But Jonathan Solon has proven that he can win too. 3 wins already. And he got those first 3 wins in the first 5 races on a little bit of a dry spell, all things considered. But he's had a dominant season so far nonetheless. And there you see the 5 car getting drafted up to the front with Cole Deaver behind him. They're going to make it 4 wide with Alex Gray and Kev Shearer. Jose Mills in the 18, Tony Green in the 40 behind them. We've gone just about 4 laps here. But we are 4 wide, several rows there in the back. And it's just a matter of time before someone pinches someone too hard in the middle. And there it is, Zach Flickinger, and I think DJ Curtis just got sent down the track, and they're going to go straight back up. That takes out a good number of cars. Yellow flag out for the first time today on lap 5. They're going to race back to the line. And we see that took out Seth Cole. Alex Ferrante's on his lid. TJ Hanley involved. Gatlin Downey, William Flickinger, James Qualls, Andrew Miller, Charles Jackson, DJ Curtis, Edwin Mendez, Fitzwater Sr. with some damage. Maybe William Brock got in it. So a good chunk of the field involved. And we'll see if these drivers can slow down their cars here without wrecking again. Oh, they're 4 wide right here. This ain't gonna be good. Wow, Alex Gray shot straight down the track. Oh, they might just hold it. There's a lot of 3 wide action going on here as they sort out the field. But it looks like we'll be good. Race leader at the start-finish line was the 88 of Rob Evans. See Hanley, Downey, Zach Flickinger, Ferrani, Seth Cole, all with heavy damage. So let's take a look at what brought out the first caution of the day. Here we go. I'm surprised it wasn't McIntyre and Sanford or Shelton and Jefferson, because you can see they are very off-center in the back. Somehow McIntyre and Sanford don't wreck, but Flickinger and Curtis go straight down into Seth Cole and TJ Hanley. And that sends those guys straight down the track. Look how far DJ Curtis went down. But what goes down must come back up. Hanley's the first one to do it. He's going to sideswipe Fitzwater and William Brock, and then Gatlin Downey nowhere to go. There's Qualls getting into it. See Kukulon might get a piece there. Oskin at the top of the screen. There's Mendez. And then everyone's just got nowhere to go right here. See tons of hard licks into the wall. A lot of drivers that did not want to get into this wreck. A lot of honestly, looking at all these cars involved, all these drivers have yet to win this year. See Seth Cole all the way back there, and then Ferranti's gonna get flipped here somehow. Oh, he hits the 8, sends him into the 24. How does the 48 car get flipped in this situation? Oh man, I'm confused. Is it the hit from Zach Flickinger? Wow, wow, I'm surprised that just completely pile drive the 48. And then the 8 car was there trying to get back going. And then a small amount of maybe some grip flipping going on here. Oh, yep, a little bit of grip bouncing going on. That's probably what ultimately flips the 48 here. But with that, we'll take you to the race restart. We're back, getting ready to go back racing. Jessica Shelton got stuck. She went to come out of pit road just as Qualls was coming into his box, and the typical tow truck thingamabob happened there, and Shelton's going to end up losing a lap or two here, but she will continue. Out of the race, Alex Ferranti, Zach Flickinger, TJ Hanley, Gatlin Downey, Andrew Miller, and DJ Curtis. Continuing, Charles Jackson, William Flickinger, James Qualls, Samet Oskin, William Brock, Zachary Fitzwater Sr., and Edwin Mendez. All were involved in that accident. And Seth Cole, surprisingly, will continue. So apparently not as much damage to the 42 as we originally thought. We'll have 51 laps to go. Your race leader is Rob Evans. Second, Phil Parker. Third, Dylan Young. Fourth, Marty Johnson. Fifth, John Arndt. Sixth, Jose Mills. Seventh, Nate Rogers. Eighth, Cole Deaver with some side damage himself there. Not sure where that came from. Quentin Moore in ninth. And Tony Green rounds out the top 10. So we'll see if Shelton can get back going before this green flag comes out. Oh wow, she's actually got a ton of front end damage from that incident on pit road, so I'm not even sure if she'll continue. Regardless, we're going back green. Pace car will dive down to pit road. We are back on the way. We'll see how many cars we have up to speed. Hopefully these drivers can go green to the next pit stop cycle, which would be about lap 25. Everyone's still going to have to pit 3 more times. My calculations are correct. Seth Cole does not appear to be that heavily damaged at all. Keeping up pretty good here on this restart. Dylan Young tried to make a move. Arndt makes the move to the bottom first. A lot of jostling around going here. And Phil Parker will make a move to the inside of Evans here in turn 3 and 4. So go into turn 1, battle on for the lead as John Arndt takes the top spot. Nate Rogers still looking for that first win since Richmond in 2017. And he's shown great speed, but a lot of bad luck has given him bad results, such as Martinsville, but he sits 34th in points. So he's in range to get a win and jump into the top 30 in the standings. But John Arndt takes the lead. We haven't seen this man visit victory lane since the fall Talladega race in 2017. 2018 was not the greatest year for John Arndt. But Saxby's has finally joined him, and they have made this 05 team and have stayed with Hendrick Motorsports. So the 5, the 05, the 24, and the 48. Don't be fooled, that 88 car is a part of Go Fast Petty Enterprises, the lone 5-car team in the series. And our 2017 champion has joined the front, but he's about to get put 4 wide by Alex Gray. Charles Sanford right on the bumper of that 33. He's got Ace Rogers behind him. As we look here, we've got a few laps now. Let's see who's up to speed and who is not. And Cole Deaver has fallen to the back of the pack. And yep, it looks like we've got 27 up to speed confirmed, maybe 28. I think Riggleman's up to speed, but Mendez I know has damage. Deaver has that small aero damage. And Shelton indeed retired from that pit road incident, so tough break. 02's going to get 36 instead of a possible top 10 finish. As we see, Qualls has the most damage. Brock, William Flickinger, and Jackson also with an equal amount. They're in a 3-car group. The 42 of Seth Cole. I'm not sure, where is he? Is he in this pack? He's trailing at the back behind Mark Riggleman, but who knows how long he'll stay up there. As our 2-race win streak, Ryan Brommer's heading towards the front. And we've got another wreck. I just saw 2 cars head up to the wall going into 1. And that'll be our second big wreck of the day. They're all piling down. Nico Tringali's involved. Hoffman, Fitzwater, Quentin Moore, Nate Rogers, Peter Sands, all with heavy damage. Looks like Cole Deaver got into another one. Jay Jefferson was involved. Dylan Young's got some hood damage. Rob Evans seems to have some side damage. Leading them back to the race, or to the start-finish line, will be Alex Gray in the 33. So second caution in just 14 laps. Gray, Brommer, Sick, Ace Rogers, Alves, Mills, Sorlin, Shelley, Gardner, and McIntyre are top 10 as we're under caution for the second time today. And from what I can see, we've only got about 20 up-to-speed cars remaining. Anyone going straight down pit road? Nico Tringali is, so his day is over. So the inconsistency for this 84 team continues, but to be fair, they have just about as much bad luck as their teammate in the 83. But let's take a look at what caused our second wreck of the day. And I believe this is going to start with Quentin Moore and Peter Sands, as Sorlin and Alves were not involved. Now this was the only 2 incidents of 4 wide, and right here you can see Sands and Moore already moving up. Straight into Nate Rogers. Hoffman gets clipped. Nico Tringali involved. Dylan Young, you can see, gets front end damage as the 84 gets plopped up. Rob Evans slams down into Fitzwater Sr. That sends Fitzwater around. Fitzwater up the track, and you can see Jefferson, I think, made it through this. Oh, he had slowed down. There's Mendez flying here into this mess. Jefferson, you can see, just makes it through. Cole Deaver, was he involved or did he just slow down? Oh, he was just so far back. So the 3 not involved. But a good chunk, about another half dozen cars taken out from this perhaps. But let's get you to your next race restart. Getting ready to go back racing. Nico Tringali out of the race. Quentin Moore, Nate Rogers, Peter Sands, Caleb Hoffman, Jay Jefferson, Dylan Young. So everyone involved out of the race. I did not think Jefferson got involved, but something must have happened on pit road. Seth Cole continuing 2 laps down. New race leader. It's the 39 of Marty Johnson. Second place, Johnny Gardner. Third, Alex Gray. Fourth, Ace Rogers. Fifth, Ryan Brommer. Looking the 3-peat, Patrick Sick in 6th. Jonathan Sorlin, 7th. Austin Alves, 8th. Jose Mills, 9th. And Kev Shear rounds out our top 10. 42 laps to go, and we hit the green. And how many cars do we have up to speed? It looks like we're down to maybe 18. Evans got some damage from something, but he looks clean. So does Cole Deaver now. Deaver had lost the draft, though, so we'll see who is up to speed and who is not. But what a race so far. So let's take a look at those DNFs again. And honestly, out of all of them, the only one who's won a race is Nico Tringali. So the odds of another repeat winner are continue to rise, especially with Gardner second, Brommer fifth, Sorlin seventh, Alves in eighth. I mean, 4 of our 5 winners in the top 10. Make it more accurate, all of our remaining winners in the race are in the top 10. Green flag is back out. We are back underway. Look at all the movement going on here. Johnson with a bad restart. Gardner went to the high side. Gray went to the bottom. And Gray makes a move already in turn 1. Seth Cole has back end damage now. I don't think he'll be able to keep up with the field. But just like that, Gray to the lead. But now Johnson's teammate, Ace Rogers, looking to the inside of the 33. He wants the race lead. Ace looking for his first career victory. Has shown strength once or twice so far this season. And he's got both his teammates still in the race. We could go green here. We're down to a pretty small pack now. It's going to be very difficult for them to go 4 wide. It could just be a lot of placement for those green flag pit stops in about 13 laps. Ace Rogers leads with James Shelley behind him in second. Shelley will move to the inside and he'll make a move for the race lead. So Seth Cole will fly up to 28th, and that's most likely where he'll finish if no one else wrecks out or retires. Shelley takes the lead. He's holding that middle line. Gardner and Brommer moving up on the bottom. It looks like Brommer thought about going 4 wide. We'll give it another lap or two before we confirm the number of cars in this group. Patrick Sick all the way at the back of the pack, making some moves, trying to find the right line. And Jose Mills will make it 4 wide for 3rd place. Charles Sanford will be the one all the way up at the top. So he's got to manage. If he can fall back fast enough, he'll prevent a 4 wide situation. That would be Gray and Kukulon at the very back. And they're going to keep it together. Now Patrick Sick's making it 4 wide. Sorlin's making it 4 wide. So I guess we might have another wreck. There's only 18 cars up here. Do we really want to shrink the field some more? Right now this is our 4 wide, Alves and Oskin. But they're giving themselves plenty of space. And Alves will pull down in line as James Shelley is leading this field. Mostly back to 2 wide action. How about Edwin Mendez keeping up with all that back end damage? Reminds me back to the Crown Royal 300 event where they're in one of the LCQs. Preston Plord was able to keep up and advance his way with some heavy back end damage himself. So Mendez, clearly no engine damage, just a lot of back end damage. Not hurting him at all. Right now we've got a 2-car breakaway between James Shelley and John Arndt. What would it mean for this man right here to get another win in the Mountain Dew for the Win Cup Series? run, he'll make the move. So Arndt and Shelley will battle side by side into turn 1. Austin Alves moving up in 3rd. Levi McIntyre, Patrick Sick, top 5. Alves' teammate, Kev Shearer. Could he be the first sophomore driver to get a win in 2019? Sophomore driver, we're talking drivers in their 2nd year. We've got drivers in their 3rd year. Shearer will make it 4 wide. That'll send Levi McIntyre to the back. Looks like he will fall fast enough to prevent a 4 wide on the front straightaway as he falls in line. Edwin Mendez is technically a sophomore driver, though he didn't race in 2018. Tony Green, 3rd year driver, still looking for career win number 1. So yeah, the only sophomore driver left in the race up here is Kev Shearer. Talk about other sophomore drivers, we'll think of names like Mark Riggleman, who's lost the draft. Cole Deaver, our biggest sophomore driver. As we're 4 wide, it's Patrick Sick and Tony Green. And will they keep it together? They will. Now they're borderline 5 wide. What is going on? This group's going to be down to 10 cars by the end of the race. And they're 5 wide right at the back of this pack. What are these guys doing? Can they get it to at least 4 wide? My goodness. Green and Oskin are still 4 wide. Other sophomore drivers to keep track of: Quentin Moore, Jessica Shelton, TJ Hanley, and Alex Ferranti. So that's all I've got for our sophomore drivers. This is only an 18-car group, and they are driving really dangerous, especially considering they're at the back of the pack. But we've got double file pack racing here at the front. It's Alex Gray and Marty Johnson. And if you've seen racing at this track before, you know that that top line, when it's only double file, will get a huge run off the corner as long as you've got the right partners in line. But now Brommer's got other ideas. They're going 3 wide there, 3rd row. Now it looks like the 2nd row will go 3 wide, and that's going to let Gray pull ahead of Marty Johnson. We're about 5 laps from pit stops. Can they make it? Can we make it to green flag pit stops? And it looks like we're going to catch our first lap car, which should almost guarantee that. And it's James Qualls in the 27. Next up would be Charles Jackson in the 11. And Gray's going to have nowhere to go. He slams the brakes. Now the movement begins. How fast do you get by the slow car? And it looks like Gray, Mills, Sick, Shelley, and Arndt are the first few. Kev Shear, Kukulon, Oskin, they're next, and Sanford and others will move on. Qualls will get up to a decent amount of pace here from the draft, but it looks like Johnson, Brommer, and Zorlin are going to get held up the most. Qualls almost blocks Ace Rogers. Will he finally move out of the way? He doesn't know what line to pick, and he's blocking Sorlin and Marty Johnson. Oh my gosh. Now he moves to the bottom out of the way. But I think that's going to make the 5 and 39 lose the draft. They're still side by side. So that's going to lengthen out the field here as James Shelley takes back the race lead from Alex Gray. And we are halfway through this race. Charles Jackson is next, but he's a bit of a ways away. Then we've got William Flickinger, and then we've got a 3-car group right here. There's Phil Parker. He's racing back here with Seth Cole, Rob Evans, and Mark Riggleman. And there's Qualls. He's been cleared. But as we thought, Johnson, Zorland, they're going to lose the draft. Ryan Brommer might be at risk, as everyone's getting some huge runs right now. But James Shelley holds on to the lead. Kev Shearer in second. Could we be looking at our first set of pit stops? Yep, James Shelley's coming down. Austin Alves, Levi McIntyre, and others. Tony Green, Johnny Gardner, Ace Rogers, Ryan Brommer, Jonathan Zorland. It's going to really help Zorland. He was able to really push it into pit road. Marty Johnson, though, really out of luck right now. Some cars slowed down because of that pit maneuvers. Kev Shears, a sitting duck in the race lead. Everyone's going to have to pit one more time after this. It's a 15 to 17 lap window of fuel. We'll see if anyone stays out here. They might be taking a bit of a risk if they stay out again. And it looks like everyone's coming down except Mills and Gray. Marty Johnson's really going to be able to push it down here behind Samet Oskin. See, almost a wee bit hot there from the 39 car. It's Gray and Mills race side by side for the race lead. They'll come out behind the first group to pit. Shelley and McIntyre lead that group. So now Gray and Mills are single file here on lap 32. Mills backing off. He's prepared to pit. Looks like Gray's prepared to pit as well. And Gray and Mills will be the last two to pit. So they will come down pit road together. And that will complete our cycle. There's Kev Shearer, first of the second group. And McIntyre and Shelley race side by side as he comes out of pit road. Let's look at our fastest lap on the day. Fitzwater with a 46.508. However, he is still in the race, I think. Yes, he is. So Shearer leads it right now, but he's surely going to get past here. Yep, there's the move by McIntyre and Shelley. So they will blaze on by Kev Shearer. And there's Mills and Gray. Now they're going to get blown by here, but Charles Jackson should help minimize the lost time just a bit. McIntyre, Shelley, Shearer, huge run from Alves, Arndt, Sanford, Brommer. Oh gosh. Yeah, that was going to be close. Brommer, Gardner, Sick, Ace Rogers. That's all she wrote. You see Sorlin and Green trying to catch up. They're going to fly by Mendez here. Now they should catch Mills and Alex Gray. And it looks like this is going to be our pack. Oh, maybe they won't catch them. Oh no, I think they've lost hope there. But I think Ace Rogers is the end of this group, so it looks like we've got a 10-car pack on hand. But Charles Jackson is going to change that for us. Everyone's going to get slowed up. Shearer takes the race lead back. McIntyre has to slow up. That's going to let Alex Gray and Jose Mills rejoin the fun. See, Marty Johnson, Kukulon, Oskin are three other up-to-speed cars who have lost the draft. Oh, Mills is going to get blocked by his teammate. That's going to hurt him out, and I think that's going to end that. So it looks like we've got a 12-car pack here, I believe. Does Mills have a chance? I don't think so. Okay, apparently it is an 11-car group. Race leader is Kev Shearer, looking for that first career victory. He's shown great speed so far in 2019, and he had instances of chances to win last year. Could he give BMW its second win? But there's still plenty of racing left to go. Ace Rogers up here getting into the top 5 yet again, trying to take second place from John Arndt. Now that 19 car has not seen victory lane since Zach Rogers took it there in 2017 at Papyrus Motorsports Park. 25 laps to go as we're catching William Flickinger for the first time. And this is just a small prediction, but I'm predicting that these leaders will catch the 31 and the 59 at some point. And Shearer will move to the high side to pass William Flickinger. Oh man, everyone's splitting the middle here. Ace Rogers and Alves go by next. Heck, even Phil Parker and Cole Deaver might get caught. They're going down 2 seconds a lap, but the 59 and the 31 are definitely going to be caught. And Jose Mills managed to stay with the group. So it is indeed a 12-car group. Sorlin, Green, Johnson, Mendez, Kukulon, and Oskin trail in a group of their own. And Gray will be the last one by. 3 wide right here for 5th place. But a good amount of rookies up here. Ace Rogers, Levi McIntyre, Patrick Sick, Ryan Brommer's already won twice. We talked about him 2 wins in a row. Jose Mills has been showing some speed lately. Man, there's a lot of good storylines up here. And right now, looking at this group, Austin Alves and Johnny Gardner are the only ones who would be repeat winners, and they've only won once this year. Gray has won at a super speedway before. That was back at Daytona in 2017. Charles Sanford has yet to win at a super speedway. John Arndt has won at a super speedway before. Shelley with the 2 intermediate wins. And that's our field. And now Alves and Shearer will lead the two lines. But what are they going to do when they catch Brock and Fitzwater? But we are another 7 laps away from those last round of pit stops. But this is our pack of cars right now. And oh, they're going to catch Qualls before they catch Fitzwater and Brock. And these two are just side by side constantly. And we've got a 4 wide move for the lead. Maybe nope, it's going to go back to 3. Johnny Gardner is making a move here, so they are 3 wide in this entire group. 4 on the bottom, 4 in the middle, and 4 on the top. But it won't last. And everyone's going to migrate down to the bottom as Gardner continues to hold that middle line. There you can see the second group in the distance. About half a straightaway behind them. It's Jose Mills trying to get that 18 to the front. I'm trying to remember who has driven this car. Green drove it in 2017. Philip Goldberg, our Truck Series champ from 2017, drove it last year, but this 18 car has yet to visit victory lane. So that is a team car fact. In fact, the only JGR car to ever visit victory lane is the 11 of Charles Jackson, and he did that twice in 2017. Alex Gray won twice in the 46 in 2017, and he won once in the 3 last year. Trying to get that first win in the 33. They are 4 wide behind them. Austin Alves all the way on that top line. Will they settle it back to 3 wide? And they will. But they know they're catching James Qualls in 4 laps from pit stops. This could be the deciding factor of what the group is. Oh man, hold on. Qualls has to draft the Brock and Fitzwater. That's going to make things very interesting. 20 laps to go. Here we go. They're going to catch James Qualls. Gardner on the top, Ace Rogers on the bottom. And it Looks like Ace will be the one to slow up, but he actually gets to the bottom as Qual slides up. Now Ace and Patrick Sick go side by side as they're going to catch Brock and Fitzwater. They're in a single file line now. Now where do you go? Now this is probably just a waiting game. They're going to push Brock past Fitzwater so they can get to Brock's inside off the corner. Sick's the first one to go. Ace goes with. Now they're side by side for the lead as they pass Brock. Now they're 3 wide, 4 wide. Back to 3 wide. Kev Shearer and teammate Austin Alves push to the front as Ace Rogers will fall back tremendously. And everyone gets by the slow cars with ease. Wow, that's insane. And now the teammates battle it out again. And they will definitely have to see the 41 in the 3 before this race is over. The last run will probably visit the 27 again, plus the 41 in the 3 car. Riggleman and Evans are up to speed enough to where they won't be caught easily. Oh, Seth Cole might actually get visited here. For the first time, Seth Cole might visit, or might go 3 laps down for the whole race. I mean, he could gain 27th from James Qualls if this goes green to the end. Or even a caution at this point would make that pretty easy. 17 to go this time by. We'll hit 16 next time, and everyone will be in the window to make it to the end. And how many cars you pit with will make a big difference. We know Mills and Gray went longest. They were 2 cars of this 12-car pack. Gray pit with about 8 cars, but I don't think they're all up here. So we'll see what the pit window split does to our drivers here and how deep all of them will be able to shove it down into pit road. Right now they're decently spread out. And no one pits here, so everyone definitely in range to make it to the end on 1 pit stop. And I think this might be the first time we'll have a decent sized pack battling for the win. McIntyre into the race lead. Trying to get his first career win at a super speedway. That's where we tend to see a lot of these drivers get their first career wins. Unless you're Ryan Brommer, it's a track like a road course. We saw Cole Deaver do the same thing, and oh, we're seeing who's pitting here on lap 45. Looks like McIntyre and Gardner. And it's just going to be these 2 here on lap 45. They better hope they come out together. Alex Gray leads the field. So we're down to 10. And we're all but single file here too. Anyone coming out of pit road in front of them? Nope. Charles Jackson has made his final stop of the day. Oh, lots of movement now. Lots of cars are getting runs here. We know Gray and Mills went longest last time, but do they short pit a lap here this time? It looks like James Shelley's falling back to pit. Who's coming down? Time number 2, Patrick Sick, Shearer, Alves, Shelley, and Ace Rogers all come down. That's a 5-car group. That leaves Brommer, Arndt, Sanford, Mills, and Gray on the track. But it looks like Arndt and Brommer might have lost the top 3. No, they're all going about the same speed, and that side-by-side right there might help them. That might help them keep up. Yep, they're catching. Arndt and Brommer are catching. And you just want to be catching as you all go into pit road. No one's making a move. They all want to pit here. Yep, there it is. Mills was going to make a move, but he backed off. The last of the leaders are going to come to pit. All of them are coming down. Gray, Mills, Sanford, Arndt, and Brommer down pit road. Samet Oskin has stayed out. He's coming to pit with lap car William Brock. And with that, we have cycled out. Jackson actually had just pit, so correction on that. He pit with Parker and Deaver. So these are our lap cars to watch, plus Seth Cole. And here's our second group coming out of pit road. Shearer and Sick. There's McIntyre. There's Gardner. Those were the only two to pit, so those two join up with group 3. Oh no, wait a minute. There's a bit of a stretch here. Sick and Shearer are way ahead of McIntyre and the others, and this could split our group in two. Where do they come out in regards to the third group? There's Brommer. He is dangerously alone. There's Sanford. So I believe they passed John Arndt. There's Jose Mills. There's Alex Gray. And that's the end of the pack. Mills and Arndt jump straight up to the top of the racetrack. But right now it looks like it's going to be a 3-car group. And we're looking right now at a first-time winner in 2019. Well, Gray's going to falter back to Mills and Arndt. That statement stays true, though. Now it depends if this group with Alves and Gardner can catch Brommer's that 12th car. Is he with the group in front of him? It doesn't look like he is. No, I think he's got him. So we've got a 7-car group back here. Mills, Arndt, Gray, Sick, and Shearer. They're all single file, though. They're going to pull from that second group. So it looks like our top 5 will battle it out. Shearer could be the first sophomore driver to get a win as they're going to catch Seth Cole here. Oh, they're all going to slow down. This changes this. They're taking a long time to get by Seth Cole. Gray's going to come up on the top side, and now he has to slow down. So Mills and Arndt with a huge run. Speaking of history, Gray and Arndt right now have the chance to be the first driver to get 2 super speedway wins. Points paying super speedway wins. Deanna Jones won at St. Joltas. That was the all-star race last year. She also won the spring Talladega race, but that is not 2 points paying wins at super speedways. But it could be Arndt, it could be Gray. They get by. Now it depends what the second group does with Seth Cole. I mean, he's mostly up to speed, but these guys are single file. And it'll be 10 laps to go. Charles Jackson will be next, and then we got Parker and Deaver. So it's going to get interesting. 10 laps to go for Kev Shearer and others. Mostly single file here at the front. We talked about cars getting first wins. How about the 20 of Patrick Sick? I can't even remember who drove this car in 2017. I believe Emmanuel Hartnett drove this car last year, but I can't recall who drove it in 2017. So 2 JGR cars, a Hendrick car, a Roush BMW, and an RCR Chevrolet. And it's just getting tough here. You see Arndt trying to make a move, and that puts 1 car to the top, and he's just going to lose all support and fall to the back of this train. And that second group is staying in line, but they have just caught Seth Cole, and now they have slowed down. Shearer will catch Charles Jackson here. We'll see what kind of movement goes on. See, right now he's getting that draft, so he's pulling just a bit from the pack behind him. It'll be 8 to go at the start-finish line. Could we be in for another one of those photo finishes at Pensacola? And there's Charles Jackson. And after this, I'm going to cook me up a good old pizza. Shearer still trying to catch. Gray's up to second. Here we go. They're going to catch Charles Jackson. Will it be easy to the bottom line? It will be. Shearer goes by. Gray goes by. Arndt. Sick. Oh, and Mills is going to be the one that gets hurt here. He's going to have to go to the top side after slowing down a lot. Sick had to slow down a lot too. That makes it a 3-car group. But they shouldn't worry, because here comes the 27 one last time. How will James Qualls affect this battle? Ace Rogers in the other group. They're 3 seconds back. Here we go. They're going to catch James Qualls. Where does Kev Shearer go? Oh, he's going to slow down. And that puts Arndt to the inside of Alex Gray. Patrick Sick to the inside of Alex Gray. Jose Mills. They'll catch Parker. Oh, man, they're going to catch William Flickinger and Rob. They're going to catch a whole lot of lap cars for the first time ever. Kev Shearer has gotten this pack strung out. That's not what you want. 6 laps to go for the 6. Four lap cars are up ahead. Oh, heck, make it 5 if they catch William Brock, too. It's going to get crazy. Patrick Sick making a move for second. Could we have 3 rookie wins in a row? If the 20 or the 18 wins, that will be 3 rookie wins in a row. I don't think we've done that yet. I'll have to check my 2018 record list. And oh man, now we're going 3 wide. Jose Mills making it 3 wide. How about this? Shearer still leads as they're 3 wide behind them. And that second group's catching up. Austin Alves to 2.5 seconds. Here they come. Look out. This pack might form up, especially with all the lap cars up ahead. Could Alves, McIntyre, Sanford, Brahmer, Shelley, Ace Rogers, or Gardner take a chomp at this win in the late going? Four laps to go for Kev Shearer. Gray's got to run. Second group doesn't really gain a ton. Now the top 5 single file. This is their chance to pull away as Shearer catches some lap traffic. Does Gray make a move here or does he wait? And they're flying. Oh man, they are 3 wide up ahead of him. Gray's going to make his move now. Brock's in the way. Gray's going to be the one that slows up. Everyone's slowing up. Gray's teammate holds him up. Shearer to the top side. Gets by first. 4 more lap cars in the way. Shearer goes by William Flickinger on the top. Is he going to go by Rob Evans on the top? Gray makes a move very aggressive to the inside of William Flickinger. Now Shearer's got nowhere to go. Now he's trapped. He's trapped behind Phil Parker. And that'll put Gray to the lead. Here comes Jose Mills with help from Patrick Sick. No, Sick's going to go to the top. Sick to the middle with Gray. Arndt to the bottom with Mills. Shearer gets by, but he's down the 5th. Can he get to the bottom line? Here comes that second group, but they're going to have to deal with these lap cars too. Jose Mills leads at the line. 2 laps to go at Pensacola. And it's shaping up to be one of those finishes. Mills to the inside of Rob Evans. 1 more car. It's just Cole Deaver now. Oh, maybe Mark Riggleman. Mark Riggleman might come into play too. Mills makes the move. Shearer's back up second in line on the bottom. He's been strong this entire last run. It would be a shame if he didn't get the W. Patrick Sick up the 3rd. Arndt's in a lap car sandwich. Gray back up the 4th. Sanford and others are coming. But will it be too late? White flag in the air for Kev Shearer and Jose Mills. Sanford with a huge run. But will he have time to get to the front? I don't think he will. No, he's going to get held up by Phil Parker. Deaver's going to go to the bottom. It's down to the top 5 we had when they came out of pit road. But they're going to catch Mark Riggleman. Does Alex Gray get enough of a slingshot here? It's going to come down to this. Mark Riggleman's going to make this race. Gray's trying to make a move, but Shearer blocks him. Shearer goes up top. Gray's going to stick it down low. Checkered flag waves. Kev Shearer wins at Pensacola and gets his first career win in the Mountain Dew for the Win Cup Series. What a finish. Are you triggered, Kev? Are you triggered? I sure hope not. Alex Gray second, John Arndt third, Patrick Sick fourth, Jose Mills fifth. What a day for some of the non-career race winners here. Charles Sanford sixth, James Shelby seventh, Johnny Gardner eighth, Ace Rogers ninth, and Ryan Brommer 10th. What a race. We went green for a good 30 laps there. That's how you like to finish it. Make sure I get everything. All right, we're all set. McIntyre 11th and Alves 12th. I mean, that Pat caught him just at the end. If they had another lap, if we had a weird 61 lap instance, it could have been crazy. But Kev Shearer's your winner here today. Next up on our schedules, trucks will return. They're going to DuQuoin. It's their lone dirt race of the regular season. Cup drivers will head to Springfield. So get ready for some dirt action. Man, what a race. So I'll see you guys next time for some dirt track 1 mile action at DuQuoin for trucks and Springfield for Cup. See you later. Enjoy your win, Kev.